Where does Superman like to go bowling? Lois Lanes.
Hey, shh.
Welcome back to Not Another Needless Sequel, where we watch movies and propose unnecessary prequels, sequels, reboots, and remakes. My name is Kane. With me, as always, is my co-host and wife, Kelsey.
Sometimes there's a man. Sometimes there's a man. And sometimes there's a man.
It feels like that would have been great for you when I said, what do you think the story was? And then you hit me with that.
Oh, I got something else for that.
Okay, well, this week, he's the dude in 1998's The Big Lebowski. So what do you think the story was?
Sometimes there's a man.
Why
do you hate
right
it every
into
time?
it.
You did. You did. It's so good. It's about a dude trying to make money from another dude.
Okay.
All he wants is his rug back.
Yeah, so I thought it was starting off with that voiceover from
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott, yes. I kept wanting to say Sam Neill, and I was like, it is not Sam Neill.
Who's Sam Neill?
You know, and since I can't think of it, we'll just cut this out because I'm not about to be embarrassed.
It sounds good.
So, yeah, it starts off just talking about him, obviously, with Sam Elliott, and I thought that was kind of funny, but he walks into his house and there's a fucking dude standing. Like, you don't feel that? I would feel the presence. I would have immediately stepped backwards.
Dude does not care at all.
No, he does not. But there's two dudes there to grab the dude. I mean, we're calling him the dude if you haven't seen this movie because that is what he goes by. His name is something Lebowski, but it doesn't matter. We will never call him that because there's too many people named Lebowski in this. Mm-hmm. He's the dude. So, the dude is told by these two fucking thugs that he owes money, and they're dunking his head in the toilet. I lost my shit when he's dunking his head in the toilet, and he says, "Where's the money, Lebowski?" After like 3 times, and the dude goes, "It's down there somewhere. Let me take another look."
Yeah,
he back in the toilet. But he's like, ultimately doesn't know what these dudes want, which makes it funnier that he made that shit ass comment because, like.
And then they pee on his rug.
Yes.
And then he stops peeing on the rug when he realizes they have the wrong Lebowski.
And the other dude's like, "See what happens, man?" He points to him. The other dude's just peeing on the rug. Like, that
you
sucks.
showed him.
I would be much more upset about the toilet dunking.
Yeah.
But he is quite upset about the rug.
He's upset about the rug the entire movie. The entire movie is him getting a rug.
It's hilarious. He keeps saying, the rug really tied the room together.
Yeah. And he's like, what about the rug? Anytime someone's like, here's $50,000. And he's like, but what about my rug?
my rug, man?
Yeah.
He's like, it really ties the room together. And his fucking friends. I just want to say, as we get to his friends, like, because the next scene, he's going bowling. Like, this is a dude that he don't linger on this shit. He just got his head dunked and told that he owes money, and he goes bowling.
And he gets a clip and clips up half of his hair.
Yeah. When he goes bowling, I'm noticing this is a star-studded fucking cast, and it doesn't stop there. Just to name some of the names. Jeff Bridges, the main characters. John Goodman, Julianne Moore, Steve Buscemi. Yeah, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Tara Reid. Fucking Peter Stormare's in there. Flea's in there. I never know how to say his name. John Turturro.
He likes feet.
I always call him the guy from Transformers.
Oh,
even though I've seen him in
Mr.
Deeds first, but I just think Transformers.
Yeah.
Anyway, crazy cast. But his friends are telling him, like, basically he has to do something about this, you know?
Let me just tell you, his friend, Walter, which is John Goodman, who always talks about fighting in Vietnam and all of this, he is telling Donnie, which is Steve Buscemi's character, he stepped over the line and he can't count it because they're in like a very serious bowling league.
Yes.
And they're going to count it and he's going to write it down. He pulls out a gun, loads it.
Yep.
Puts a bullet into the chamber and points it at him and said, "You better write a 0.
You think I'm fucking around here? Mark it 0. Yeah. I literally wrote down that line. And I was dying laughing.
He fucking unloads it into his bag. Like, it legit had bullets in it.
Yeah, and they're calling the cops. Like, that scene you're talking about, they end up leaving, and they're sitting in the parking lot talking, and you see cops swarming into the bowling alley for him. But he ends up going to the house of the man who actually owed money to these thugs in one way or another. It's
Lebowski.
Yes. It's like too complicated for me to dive too much into some of the story, but not to mention this is a comedy, and as with a lot of comedies, I can't hit every joke, you know? So anyway, Jeffrey Lebowski, he's this rich, seemingly philanthropist, and one of my favorite lines I wrote down is Philip Seymour Hoffman is showing the dude around, and he's showing him, oh, he has this charity. And when the dude looks at the charity picture, which is him with a ton of kids, Philip Seymour Hoffman's like, oh, those are his kids. And he's like, oh, different mothers, so racially he's pretty cool. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? Relaxed.
My favorite part was he was negotiating with the guy,
Mm-hmm.
and all he wanted was money for his rug.
Yeah.
And he wanted his rug replaced. And the Big Lebowski refused to do it. He's like, well, what do you do for work? Do you work?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I just want my rug, man.
Yeah.
And so he leaves and tells his assistant, he said I could have any rug in the house, and picks out a rug and takes it home.
That's so, he just, on the spot, he walks out of the room, Philip Seymour Hoffman's like, how's the meeting? Oh, great, he said I could have any rug in the house. Like, what? That's such perfect, like, I wouldn't have thought to say that. I would have, it's just so good. So, upon, being there, he meets Bunny Lebowski, who's this guy's wife. Eventually, Bunny Lebowski gets kidnapped, and, well, this is what they say, that she's been kidnapped, and they call the dude, and they say, they hire him to basically get her back and do this money drop, because there's, like, a ransom note, and they're demanding this money at a certain date, whatever. That goes horribly. He's with his friend, Walter, and Walter is constantly in this mode of, like, everything's a lie, nothing's real, everybody's trying to fuck us. And so he's like, we're not going to give them the money. We're going to give them this fake bag. It goes bad. They don't end up getting...
He says they're going to keep the money for themselves.
It doesn't work out. They're not able to get Bunny back. And then, after that failed money drop-off, he fucking meets with the Big Lebowski again. The Big Lebowski is like, yeah, they sent me her toe, and gives him the fucking toe. And he keeps bringing that up to Walter, and I also wrote down that line. Just so many times that Walter snapped and yelled made me laugh. He's like, forget about the fucking toe, because he's just trying to care about the money. This leads to him meeting
I also think he's like, Saturday it's Shabbos. I can't do anything on Shabbos.
That's fucking funny too, yeah. And they're just like, what is that? And he starts getting mad at them.
Yeah.
So Maud Lebowski hires the dude separately from the Big Lebowski to recover the money, and
Maud is the Big Lebowski's daughter.
yes, and she fucking takes the carpet back from him, because that part in the movie too, like, I didn't know what happened at first, because it shows him laying on the carpet, and he's just closing his eyes, listening to music.
He gets his lights knocked out.
Yeah, and then it doesn't bring up what happened until randomly she's just like, that's why I sent them to get the carpet. And I'm like, oh. So yeah, Maud wants him to get the money back. The fucking, what was it, $1 million? Mm-hmm. The $1 million that the Big Lebowski originally gave to the dude to get Bunny back. But he left it in the car. His car gets stolen. This movie is like, if you've ever seen Dude, Where's My Car? It's almost like that, but like he's not looking for his car. It's just constantly there's something. Either that or The Hangover.
He keeps getting the shit beat out of him, too.
He keeps getting kidnapped, the shit beat out of him. After that, fucking Jackie Treehorn, a guy that's like a porn director or whatever, also fucking is trying to hire him to get... What does he want? He wants something... Oh, he wants them to find Bunny. And... at this point, the dude is saying, like, well, Bunny kidnapped herself. This isn't real, but Jackie doesn't believe it. Jackie drugs
his drink.
the dude, and he fucking is taken by the cops and, like, thrown out of the car. When he's thrown out of the car, you see Bunny driving by, and she's fun. She has her toes. She's just singing, and she's just kind of like a wild party girl. I mean, it's Tara Reid, and I feel like a lot of her parts back then, they always cast her as the same kind of, like... free spirit party girl. I mean, hell, when he meets her, she's like, I'll suck your dick for $10,000 or something.
$1,000. Yeah. And she's like, if he wants to watch, it's $100.
Yeah, fucking Philip Seymour Hoffman's like, oh, she's so fun. She's a free spirit.
Yeah.
So Bunny gets back, and it reveals, like, that she was just visiting friends, didn't tell anybody. Which, turns out, Big Lebowski knew, and this was all just a plan for him to steal money from this own foundation, because he doesn't actually have any money. All the money that the Big Lebowski has is from Maud Lebowski's inheritance that she got from her mother. And so this has all been a plan, and yet it's roped in so many people. There's different groups throughout this whole movie that are all doing stuff to try and get the money. So many people are lying and doing their own thing. Yeah. It's just nonsense. And like I said, that's why it's pretty quick to go through this movie, because I cannot possibly sit here and explain the ins and outs of everything to you without this being an hour-long episode.
I also think that it's important to mention that Maud shows up at the dude's place and was like, she wants to be impregnated and wants to have a father who's, like, not involved.
I'm not sure that is important, except for my sequel.
Except for at the end, they mention it.
I know, but, like... It's such another weird, just like she just shows up and does that.
There is a fight at the bowling alley.
Yeah, the Nihilists show up also for the money. They're not privy to everything that's been going on. The Nihilists just another group. They were friends with Bunny. They were part of planning this whole thing. They knew Bunny was alive. They faked it to try and get the money out of the Big Lebowski. You know, the fight's just nonsense. Obviously, Walter fucking fights them all off, but Donnie has a heart attack. Unrelated. And Donnie, by the way, is Steve Buscemi. He's one of their friends, and his role in the movie was pretty much to be told to shut the fuck up by Walter.
Yeah, and Donnie dies.
Yeah, and they're fucking dumping his ashes out, and it just goes all over the dude. And he says nothing. I literally wrote down his silence when they dump the ashes is deafening. Yeah. He's just sitting there, and fucking Walter turns around, oh, sorry, dude, and like wiping it off of him. You know, they yell at each other, but they end up just going bowling.
I thought it was sad that they bargained for the price of the ashes. You know what I mean?
Is. Everything is fucking basically leading towards cyberpunk. You remember he gets his mom's ashes out of that fucking soda vending machine? It just dunk hits the bottom. But yeah, that's fucked up. You know, at the bowling alley, he runs into, once again, the narrator who he's met earlier in the movie briefly. He just gave him some advice, Sam Elliott. And Sam Elliott, like, recaps the whole story as if he, like, was there. He even says, like, he knows a little baby Lebowski is on the way. Somehow he knew about that, too. I didn't do any trivia throughout the movie because basically all my trivia is just about the character of the dude, so I just wanted to do it all at the end. So, before filming a scene, Jeff Bridges would frequently ask the Coen brothers, who are the directors, did the dude burn one on the way over? If they said he had, he would rub his knuckles in his eyes before doing a take to make his eyes appear bloodshot.
Dang.
A lot of the dude's clothes in the movie were Jeff Bridges' own clothes, including his Jellies sandals, which he still owns and uses to this day. Ew. Jeff Bridges said that he met with the Coen brothers after reading the script and asked them, did you guys hang out with me in high school? Referring to the dude's easygoing surfer persona. In an early draft of the script, the dude's source of income was revealed that he was the heir to the inventor of the Rubik's Cube. That's why he doesn't have a job. Jeff Bridges initially had reservations that the dude would be a bad example for his daughters, but he accepted the role after his middle daughter said they knew he was acting. Insane, because I think of Jeff Bridges as evil. So to see him do this role is crazy. The budget for this movie was $15 million, and the box office for it was $48.3. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has an approval rating of 80% based on 191 reviews, with an average rating of 7.4 out of 10. I rated it a 4 out of 5, which, you heard me last week, I watched this movie when I was 16. I fucking hated it. Now that I have been more in my life, I'm closer to the dude now than I was when I was 16, and not just in my body. Eh? No, that was funny. Okay, well, when your wife doesn't laugh at your body joke, you know you're not looking good. I better hit the gym.
Don't be like that.
So anyway, yeah, 4 out of 5. I thought that it's nonsense, but it's so fucking funny with just the random shit that's happening. And because it's random enough to where I'm not like, why is this movie like this? The plot doesn't make sense, because I expect it. From the fucking beginning, I'm like, all right, well, this is just going to be the way it is. Same thing with, like I said, The Hangover. I don't watch The Hangover like, how is there a tiger in the hotel room? This makes no sense.
I guess if you come at it from that perspective, it's a little bit better. Like, I probably would have rated it higher, but I rated it at 2 out of 5. This movie had absolutely no point at all. I had to rewind it and be like, what the fuck just happened on multiple occasions and just try and understand. And I don't know. It was just, there was just no point.
Well, I also laughed when that random detective was outside of his house, and he's like, stay away from my lady friend. He's like, oh, I'm not gonna mess with your special lady friend. He's like, that's not my special lady friend, I'm just trying to help her conceive. And then the detective's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Why would you tell him that? Yeah. Which, yeah, he's fucking, when he sleeps with Maud, she's all laying there holding her legs up, and he's like, oh, you're doing some kind of yoga? And she's like, it's better for conceiving. And I was like, ugh. Anyway, so, have you seen How I Met Your Mother?
Uh-huh.
I'm loving it.
You just ruin everything.
You might recall that when he's telling a story to his children, he doesn't want to tell them about the time that he used to get high. And so he says that they were passing around a big sandwich, and that's a joke around the whole show. Mm-hmm. What we're going to do is play a little game called Nightmare Sandwich Rotation. Mm-hmm. So, well, I'm going to click this wheel for each of us, and basically we're going to get some people that are going to be part of our sandwich rotation. We're going to be passing around a sandwich and sharing it. And let's see how horrible or how great it is.
If I get Art the Clown, I'm leaving.
Well, I guess I'll tell everybody all the options. The Dude, Shaggy, Jay and Silent Bob, Dolores Umbridge, Cal Hockley from Titanic, if you don't know the name,
Ugh.
Joffrey Baratheon, Harley Quinn, Art the Clown, and Deadpool. Those are who you can get. All right, and we're going to do, let's just say 3. Oh, shit. How do you feel about Deadpool joining your sandwich rotation?
I'm down with that. It'd be a funny time.
I mean, you know his face looks the way that it does, and you're going to sit next to that.
That's better.
And he's going to put his mouth on the same thing.
That's better than what it could be.
Okay. And let's see who your next is. Harley Quinn? Okay. How do you feel about Harley Quinn?
I'm okay with that, too.
You can pick the Harley Quinn, I guess.
Not the Joker Harley.
Okay.
Margot Robbie Harley.
Okay. I think that's good. All right. Let's see who's the last in your sandwich rotation. Oh, shit.
At least she's clean, but...
Dolores Umbridge.
Yeah. I'd rather have Dolores Umbridge than Cal or Art the Clown.
Honestly, there's a good chance that Harley Quinn or Deadpool will kill her for you.
That's what I'm saying. So, no qualms.
That's a pretty good rotation. Yeah. I mean, it's terrible with her. Somebody's got to deal with her.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Leaving me...
Oh, you're just going to take from this pile. I see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was hoping you'd get all the worst ones.
Okay,
the dude. Nice. I like that. He seems chill.
You're getting Art.
No, don't say that.
Oh, no.
Lord. This is the secret Jay and Silent Bob. I get an extra member in my rotation.
Ooh.
Perfect. One more. Come on, Shaggy. Oh! The perfect rotation. Shaggy.
You did that on purpose.
No, I didn't. You had just as good of a chance.
No, I
Jay
had more people.
And Silent Bob. Shaggy and the Dude. Dream scenario.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect.
God, I'm so proud. So, the Coen brothers have stated they will never make a sequel to this movie. So, what's your sequel?
My sequel is called Homonymous.
Huh? Homonymous?
Homonymous. Do you know what that means?
Nope. I'm but a simple dream rotation man.
Homonymous is just people with the same names.
Oh.
So I think this should be a limited story about people's like lives intertwining because they have the same name. That's kind of what happened in this movie.
Yeah.
And I think some are going to be for the better while some are for the worse. So, this guy, Jim Bob runs around and murders somebody, but then the other Jim Bob is like being followed, different things like that. And I think it should just be like 5 to 8 episodes. Homonymous.
Is it like a drama? Is it pretty serious if we're starting off with a murder?
I don't know if I would start with a murder, but I do think a murder should be involved. Like, I think a murder should be involved, or like a guy who's, down on his luck, not doing well, and all of a sudden he's like getting this money from being the head of like a Fortune 500 company. Somebody getting involved with like the mafia.
Maybe like a dark comedy?
Yeah.
I'm thinking like Fargo vibes.
Yeah, I would say like dark comedy drama.
Okay.
A dramedy.
Yeah.
A dark dramedy, though.
It's not directly related to Lebowski,
not
just the
directly
idea.
related to Lebowski at all, just the idea.
Okay, it's not too bad.
Thanks.
So for mine, it's called The Legend of Lebowski.
Oh.
20-something years later, we meet Peter Lebowski, the child of Maude and Dude. Peter lives at home, and Maude finally decides to kick him out for being so much like the father he never met. So, he's going to be the same kind of just bum. Mm-hmm. Which, don't get me wrong, I love the dude now. Peter goes on a hunt for his real father. With no help from his mother, Peter starts at the bowling alley because it's the only thing he actually knows about his father. From the bowling alley, he's told a story about his dad, and he continues to follow each story to new locations, meeting new people, and each time learning a little bit more about his father. The entire movie, he will be almost accidentally having the best, most perfect day, which I think is very different from the original, where it's like the dude was doing nothing and just had the fucking worst, few days of his life. I want this to kind of go the opposite, where he's not meaning to, but he just keeps stumbling into, situations that are really good, where he's just trying to find out information about his father. Ultimately, Peter learns his father has died, and after learning about his life, he writes a story about his father, which becomes a best-selling book. At the end of the film, Peter is seen bowling when a man comes up and asks Peter to sign his book. Peter signs it, not paying much attention, but as the man walks off, it's the dude who faked his own death to get away from everything. And also I want like a little reveal that he did a bunch of stuff to make Peter's day like so good while he was trying to find him.
I like that.
But he wants to like stay out of his life because he's, you know, he is who he is.
The dude.
Yeah.
I like that.
I thought it could be cute.
It could be cute.
And also keep the vibes if we make him pretty much like him. Although I would definitely kill to see old-ass Jeff Bridges come back and do this part again.
Yeah.
Especially since everything I read was like, that's kind of who he is, really. And I'm like, that's
just
beautiful.
Like a hippie.
Yeah. I'm not going to look
like
at him the same
hippie.
when he fucking poisons Tony Stark with that thing and steals his heart. And be like, dude, no.
No, dude, please.
Anyway, thank you so much for listening. We do so appreciate it. If you want to talk movies with us, you can find us on TikTok, Instagram, Letterboxd, Threads, and Blue Sky. We are NansPod everywhere.
NansPod?
I almost let me down. If you'd like to vote on whose sequel idea was the best, come by our YouTube channel for the polls, or you can let us know your idea across our socials or at needlesssequel@gmail.com. Links, as always, will be wherever you are listening. If I could ask you for one thing, it's to share our show with someone and leave us a review. That is how we get new listeners. Of course, I also ask that you come back for more Needless Sequels. Next week, we're watching the Fantastic Four, the original first live, the live action one with, what's her name? That played Invisible Woman?
Jessica Alba?
She's definitely the most famous of that group. I'm sorry, what I meant to say was the Fantastic Four with Chris Evans.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I don't know what the other one's called. Isn't the other one called just Fantastic, but it's got a 4 in it?
It's called the Fantastic Four. The second one's Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer.
No, I mean the, like...
Oh, I think it's just Fantastic Four. Like, this one is the Fantastic Four, I think.
Maybe it's, like, Fan-Four-tastic. It's got a 4 in the middle of the name, I'm telling you that. Anyway, next week we're watching the Fantastic Four on Disney Plus to prepare for the Fantastic Four First Steps.
He's really pumped.
Take care of yourselves, everyone. We will see you next week.
Bye.